Alright, yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy MayFlwr, and as always, I hope all you guys are having a great day. I haven't really made a video in a pretty long while, and as you guys can see, I'm kind of in a new setup right now. So yeah, I pretty much moved across the country. I guess I started out over here. This is where I pretty much lived my entire life up to now, and I went all the way over here. So yeah, this is where I am now. It's pretty cool. Got the new little setup going. It's kind of like my first day here or whatever. It's not quite LA yet. We don't really have the funding for that, but we will get there soon. But anyway, since we're in a new setup in a new studio, I thought I'd try something different today, do something I don't normally do. So I'm just gonna try to whip up some freaking hard bass music, like some dubstep or some riddim, whatever you wanna call it. There's like a billion names. So I guess that's the plan for today. I'm gonna try to lay down some dubstep or some riddim, whatever it turns out to be, I don't know. And yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into it. So let's go. Alright, here we go, boys. Headphones on. So I guess first things first, I got the BPM set on 145. Could go to 152, but this gives you a little bit more room for some like groove or something. And I guess I'll start out with making like a little build or something. Throw in some little chants in here. So for the build, instead of like dragging in a sample for the uplifter, I'm just gonna make my own in Serum. It's pretty easy. And this is just like a really fast way to do it. I'm just gonna take this LFO and drag it over here. And then I'm gonna take this and map it to the filter. And I'm gonna go to the reverb one, I guess. And you'll get this weird thing. And that's pretty close, but then you can just go in and pick any wavetable you want, and they all have their own little sound to them, so pick whatever one you like best. It's probably going to sound good around here. You get a lot of that white noise in there when you use the reverb filter, so that makes for a pretty good uplifter. And the last thing you do is just adjust this rate for however long your build is. So you can come down here, it's on 1/4 right now, but then you can turn it up as the build gets longer, obviously, so like... And then you can just record that and then drag it back in. I guess I'll just use F as the key of the song just because that's pretty easy to work from. And there we go, we got a little riser in F. I guess for now I'll just put the drop hitting right here. We'll just make a really simple little dubstep riddim pattern or something. And I'm going to use a clap and a snare on top of each other just because it sounds kind of cool. Throwing some good old cymatics hat loops. I've done this in a bunch of other videos too, but it works really good for this genre. Taking one of your kicks and just reversing them works really good. It makes it kind of more like violent, I guess you could say. So I guess this is going to be like the format for the drop. It's got a little lonely kick at the front, and then everything just kills right there. And then it shuts off. I guess we'll put like a growl here, like a and then like a cool, we got a little build and we got a drop layout. So let's get down to some business. We need to make some crazy freaking dubstep sounds now. I don't even think I've shown any sound design on this channel. I usually just make like really simple super saws and stuff, but now we gotta cook up some heat. I'm gonna start out with this wavetable because it sounds pretty cool just from the start. This is me just cycling through it. And that sounds cool. I'm gonna turn on the second oscillator and turn it down just so we can get some FM going over here. And got some FM bass, there we go. And now I'm gonna add in some filter. I'm just gonna use the reverb filter again just because that always gets some cool results. I'm just gonna shape this first LFO, and this is turning into like a pretty crazy screech kind of. And there we go, we have like a really crazy screech sound. And also have these triggers turned off, so kind of every time you hit it, you don't know where it's gonna land, so that'll kind of give you some interesting results, like just kind of all over the place. And yeah, now we have a little screech, and that's all it took. So if you guys want to try to do something with that, you can. So now that we got at least one sound, we can finally come in with the melody for the drop, and I guess I'll do that over here on the piano. Yep, that'll do it. Now we're just going to import that to MIDI. That was a joke. Now watch, all the dubstep producers are going to be mad at me. But yeah, that's how a lot of dubstep is made, at least on the drops. It's kind of like one note and you're modulating through it, unless you have some like crazy melodies in there, which a lot of them do, but just for a simple one like this, just one little bass line will do for now. That sounds freaking awesome. And I guess we'll throw that in right there and right there. I guess I should have clarified this before, but I'm kind of going for like an EXCISION style, like super FME bass kind of song. And I think we're doing good so far. EXCISION is easily one of my favorite artists, especially in like the dubstep scene. Freaking crazy live shows. And since I'm going for that kind of bass, I kind of already know where I'm headed, but I can still show you guys what's going on inside of Serum, kind of. And I'll use a virtual riot table just because I know a lot of you guys have those. Terror triangle. Just gonna make a little shape with this. Can I bring this down? And I'm gonna put that on here. And I think this one will sound cool. Turn on the filter. I'm gonna do a comb filter this time. And I guess this LFO is going to be like the main shape, so I'll throw this on the levels too, just controlling the volumes. So, drag it up here, there we go. And I will call this one EXCISION. And here is the final result after changing a few things. There you go. And it sounds like this. Cool pattern. I'm going to put it up an octave though. And I'm going to make this not connect, so there's a little break in there. We are cooking now, boys. So here's the pattern so far. We got the little screech, and then we got the first bass I made. And for the second bass, or the part 2 of the drop, I guess, I have this other bass that I just have, and it sounds pretty cool too. This is kind of like your classic growl bass kind of thing. And I'm going to copy over this screech just to fill that hole. And to tie all those basses together, I'm just going to put a sub bass under all of them. So I'm just going to turn all these down, you know, really simple sine wave sub. And I'm going to go through and just copy these down however they are. I'm just going to throw this little camel crusher on the sub so you guys can at least hear for a second while I play the pattern. But yeah, obviously that's not going to be there. Let me duplicate this bad boy. There we go. And lastly, I'm just going to throw on a sidechain. This is just a super quick and simple sidechain. It's done with a freaking fruity balance. I pretty much just linked literally everything I want sidechain into one channel and then automated a fruity balance. And yeah, you can pretty much shape it to however you want. I just like seeing the visual. You could have sidechained with anything. You could have done like a limiter or whatever you wanted, but I just like adjusting things and seeing the little thing down here just so you can get really however you want, shape it however the freak you want it to sound. And you can hear it duck like super hard when everything's off. And I think the last thing I'm gonna do is just make some small little changes, like come down here, I'm gonna add a pitch bend. If you put these plus 12, minus 12, that just means up an octave, down a whole octave. So whenever you turn this knob, you're just gonna shuffle in between the octaves, which is pretty cool. You can get like a really nice pitch bend, like and just going through the sound and seeing what you can tweak and modulate is the cool thing about dubstep, because you can like completely change the sound with the LFO or the pitch bend, and that's where it gets really fun. So this purple one right here is just the LFO rate, which I was just talking about, which is right here, and it's just going down and up and up and down. There we go, and I guess we are pretty much done. I just split these up by channel so you guys can actually see what's going on instead of it being stuck in one pattern. And the last thing I'm going to do is just throw in some little vocals so we can actually have a cool little drop. This right here that I just dragged in, this is a sample from a Pierce the Veil song, so I just thought it was a cool little thing to throw in there right before the drop. It's kind of like a scream thing. It kind of goes with the theme. So I think we are finally done. That took a really long time. I think it sounds pretty cool though. I think it has some excision-ness in it. I guess you guys can be the judge of that. Hopefully it sounds somewhat like a freaking crazy dubstep artist. I'm pretty sure there's like a whole community of like dubstep YouTuber guys, and hopefully the community enjoys the video. But anyways, that's about all I got here today, boys. So I guess I will play it for you guys so you can hear it, and I will play it in 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. Isn't that wild?
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. New setup I have is pretty cool, and I'm definitely in a position to make more stuff for you guys. I don't want to make just like tutorials though. I kind of want to branch off into doing like other stuff, obviously related to music, but not just like tutorial videos. So you might see a little more of that, like just me in the studio or something, or just me messing around with music, not necessarily a tutorial. Because I kind of like making videos like that. It's more free and you can do whatever you want. There's not a bunch of stuff you have to go over. So I guess you can expect more content from me in general. One other thing, if you guys ever want to talk to me or reach out to me, you can just follow me on Instagram and DM me. I try to answer all my DMs. It's pretty cool when you guys just say what's up or whatever you want to say. I don't know. I try my best to answer all of them because usually you guys are pretty cool and have some cool stuff to say. But anyways, I think it's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.